Oh, this is like a jazzy moment. Hi there, welcome back to my channel. In this video we're gonna cover Slovenian representative for Eurovision 2022. As we all know, EMA finished on February 19th on a Super Saturday, and the winner is LPS, which is short for Last Pizza Slice, and the song Disko. The song was written and produced by the band members, I believe, so Filip Vidušin, Žiga Žvižej, Gašper Chlupič, Marek Semeja, Zala Velenšek, and Jakub Korošec. They're a high school band, and also I think they're one of the EMA FRESH songs, so they had to go through that like pre-qualification round. So yeah, good on them. Starting with reaction in 3, 2, 1. Okay. This is very retro. It reminds me of songs that I know from the radio. You can hear on the radio here. It has that vintage appeal to it. I don't understand all of it, but maybe a third or a quarter I understand. I don't know how I feel about the performance. It's very static. It's not doing a lot. I hope they're gonna prepare something different for Eurovision. Oh, this is like a jazzy moment. Okay. And we're back to the first rhythm. Yeah, this doesn't look like a national final performance, to be honest. I don't know how to call it. Maybe it's just the production of the EMA. It looks like an audition rather than the national final performance. They're cool and funny, like good for them. Like they're all probably in their late teens. Maybe 18, 19 years old, and they're gonna represent their country at Eurovision, which is a huge deal for any, like not every musician, but you know what I mean. It's a big honor and responsibility. Okay, let's analyze this song and performance in more detail, and let's see what they can make of this for Eurovision. I think I'm gonna have some ideas, even though I don't really have them at the moment, but I'll come up with something as I always do. Let's start with the analysis of song and lyrics. Um, I see this song as a mashup of several genres and styles. So there is elements of pop here, jazz. It's funky as well. So it's just a mashup of those, and also it sounds vintage and retro, old school. So I would say this song is really going back in time, not that much as you would say it's dated. Maybe it is, but it has that charm to it that will definitely work for some people. Um, what I noticed as like the best part of the song for me, it's the bridge. Is the moment where the song gets down and then it gets back again to what we've heard before, but it's not more impactful than what we've heard before, and it should be. So if you're going to like go down, then you need to go up but higher than what you've been before. So if they would tweak that and make a revamp or something, I think it could work. But overall, even though the song is catchy and radio friendly, it's very radio friendly, it's not grabbing enough, and I feel that people will kind of say, oh, this is cute, but it's not impactful, the performance is not memorable, and overall I think that's gonna cost them, even though they will not have a direct competition because it's a unique entry. I think that in general the package is still not there. If we look at the lyrics, so he found someone he likes, but she likes someone else, and he's sad. And I could see this being maybe even a personal story because they met in the disco, and it feels like very even relatable, of course, yes, but it feels natural for someone of his age. So yeah, my favorite lyric is "We are dancing, but that's only in my dreams." Also relatable. This is not lyrically powerful song. It's not deep. The next thing I'm gonna analyze a little bit is the vocals. First things first, I will have to go back to the song a little bit and the production. I think that the song doesn't really, like the production, doesn't allow him to have any sort of vocal gymnastics or ups and downs. It's very linear, it's also flat, and it's just one constant rhythm all the time. I think he has the potential for more because in the jazzy part, in the bridge, you can hear that he can go high, like higher than this. And I haven't heard any other songs, so like their songs, so I can't really comment that much into his vocal abilities, but I feel that he has a potential for more. He has a very nasal tone to his voice, like naturally, I would say. And I'm not the hugest fan of that personally, I don't resonate with it, but also I don't mind it that much unless it's squeaky, and this is not squeaky, so I can live with it. I'm not sure if there is no backing vocalist or the other band members are doing that or not, but I feel the song should have some kind of support, and they can play a little bit with different voices in combination with his voice to make it more interesting, because if he's singing alone, it's just not impactful. And I think that this is the biggest like issue in all segments for this entry. It's just not impactful. It doesn't grab you. It's just there, and you acknowledge it and you can like it, but it's not gonna be like, oh my god. You know what I'm saying? Same is with the performance and staging, which is almost non-existing. We're gonna talk about that later. So I suggest that they do a revamp. If like Slovenia, if you can make a revamp, please do. Add some backing vocalists. You can pre-record it. You can use pre-recorded backing vocalists at Eurovision. So do that. Let's talk about performance and choreography. Okay, first let's address what we saw here in the national final. As I said, it reminds me of an audition. It's not impactful. Like what they can do, I suppose they will all be on stage, so there is no room for dancers, there is no room for real backing vocalists on stage. It's gonna be them, okay, but then if the band members are gonna play their instruments, they're pretty much occupied and they're doing their own thing. He has to do more. Like, you can't really just stand there and do nothing. For a Eurovision performance, he needs to be persuasive, he needs to be charismatic, and communicate with the camera, move a little bit, move to one side, to the other side, do something. I didn't expect choreography, of course, and this song doesn't really allow some kind of choreography, but he can have some movements. They can come up with something cool and interesting. And if they incorporate a staging, if they prepare some kind of a story, maybe they can get away with it. Okay, let's create a disco staging because the song is all about that. So make it colorful, make things dynamic. If they can afford themselves some kind of panels or platforms, moving platforms that change colors or something, that could be a moment. So they can play with that. Without it, I don't see this qualifying. But let's talk about styling and staging first, and then we're gonna talk about the qualifications. Styling here is very retro, serious even. So they went with something classy. Alright, I don't mind that, even though when you think of a song titled Disko, you imagine something colorful and crazy, but they went with this sophisticated vintage style, and I can see them repeating this for Eurovision as well. But even if they do, make it a bit more modern, do something with the suit, add something on it to make it look more current. Staging. Okay, we had a disco ball on the LED screen and a few reflectors on them, which is definitely not enough. Okay, I mentioned the panels and something like that. I think it could work. It could elevate it. Honestly, I don't have much ideas for this because it's a band performance, so there is no room for dancers. So the best they can come up with are good camera angles and LED screens. Ideas for the LED screens, like basically you can do whatever you want, you can do a lot, but maybe they can come up with a story, because stories I feel always do well. And if they can present like that story of his, or if it's not a personal story, then the song itself on the LED screens, if they can incorporate that somehow into the performance, maybe that could help. But yeah, let's talk about Slovenia's chances of qualifying. I'm usually really positive and I'll always try to think positive, but I'll be honest, I'm also honest, and I have to be honest again and a bit less positive and say that Slovenia is probably not gonna qualify. With this song, I don't see them qualifying. It is charming, it is cute, and some people will really like it for different reasons, but it's not competitive. It's not competitive, it's in the first half of the first semi-final. It can easily get spots 2 or 3, which means it's gonna be forgotten by the end. And as it is inoffensive and it doesn't leave much of an impact on a viewer, I think people will just not pick up the phone for it. If they don't come up with something spectacular on stage, I think Slovenia is gonna miss out. Let's see their current status in the Eurovision scoreboard app. Yeah, as you can see, it's not looking good. I hope that they can do something with it, and they need a complete like makeover of the performance and staging. So the hope still exists. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Do you think that Slovenia can qualify? Am I wrong? And how do you feel about the song? What emotions do you feel when you listen to this song? I'm curious. So thank you for watching. The next video is going to be about Australia. Until that video, bye.